Good morning, everyone. It's week 4. Hope you all had a really lovely weekend celebrating VE Day. I know some of the challenges and some of the thoughts were around throwing paper aeroplanes. We had some children outside our house throwing paper aeroplanes. It was really cool to see. So I'm going to go weekly challenge and weekly thought for you this week. We're going to start off with the challenge, quite a light-hearted one. One that again is building up our throwing because we've done quite a lot of that with the juggling, with the cricket skills. I feel it's a really important skill to have. So I want you to try to be creative. I want you to try and get something into or onto something else. So there's loads of challenges at the moment with rugby players on social media throwing rugby balls into bins and stuff, and kicking footballs onto targets, and netball shooters shooting netballs in weird and wonderful places. So my challenge to you is, can you create a trick shot or a special setup that gets a ball into or onto a target? I know there's ping pong ones where you bounce it off different things and try and get it in a cup. Challenge yourself. Send it to me on Seesaw activities groups, because that's quite an easy thing to do, on Microsoft Teams or email or Twitter, and I'll try and get it out. But that is the weekly challenge. Be creative, get something into something else. Not working our tummies today like the plank challenge did. We had some good ones. I think someone did 8 minutes. It was fantastic. Mentioned the big ones on Friday's assembly. Right, going to our thought for this week. This is a lot about considering our emotions, how we're feeling, and how we can potentially change them and identify them. Now, there's loads going on in the world right now, things that are making people feel really happy, things that are making people feel maybe a little bit sad, and people can deal with those things in different ways, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. One thing that may make someone really, really excited and really, really happy could be something that someone else doesn't like. Could be something that someone turns their nose up at and sort of shrugs their shoulders. And it's a bit of the same of what we're going through at the moment, where we have to stay in our houses a little bit more. I've got friends that have found it quite difficult. They actually really enjoy going out. People that have stopped work before the schools even had to have found it quite tough. I, on the other hand, and some other people are actually making the most out of it. I've practiced my juggling. I'm doing pretty well at that. I got 38 juggles the other day. But also, I'm using it as a time to get better at running. Now, I'm nowhere near as good as some of the pupils we've got in our school, but for me, long distance running's not been something I've done much. So I've tried to attack that and get a couple of runs in a week. So one of the things I want you to think about, and potentially with your mum, your dad, someone that's in your house, brother and sister, is ask them and think for yourself, what is something that makes you really happy? What gets you in that really ecstatic, overexcited, like running around sort of mood? And what gets them in that mood as well? Don't tell each other, just have a think. And then also consider what puts you in a really upset place. What makes you sad? What makes you unhappy? And ask someone in your family that question as well. I'll be surprised if you have the same answers. And this is the message I'm trying to get to you today. People's emotions and how they feel and how they view things are really, really quite difficult and different. I'll use an example in my house at the moment. My wife is currently decorating our hallway. She loves doing things up, and she gets really excited and is happy, and music's playing, and she's all over the place. I, on the other hand, find it painfully boring, and painting a wall is just not what I want to be doing. So one thing makes two people that live together in the same house feel completely different. So can you try and see how what your brother, sister, mum or dad or someone in your house, how those events make them feel, and it might be really different to you, and that is okay. What's important is how we understand how other people are feeling, listen to how those people are feeling and what makes them happy, and then be quite accepting of it, because someone else's amazing thing might be someone else's, yeah, and someone else's, yeah, might be someone else's yes moment. It's an interesting concept because lots of people always think what you should like is what someone else should like, but it's not always the case. And the more understanding we can be of other people's emotions, the more we can look to build friendships, gain good understanding of life, and build ourselves up. And that's a really, really important thing to do. So, weekly challenge, be creative, throw something in something else. The weekly thought this week is have a chat with someone and try and work out how they feel about something and how you feel about something. Is it different? Why is it different? And can you understand those happy and those sad moments? Build some empathy, build some understanding, and in the long run, it'll make you grow more. Everyone, I hope you have a really, really lovely start to your week. I'll see you again on Wednesday for some mindfulness, and Friday for celebration assembly. Have a really good week, guys. Bye bye.